The Daily Purge. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing, as always, fantastic. Right now, where you find yourself is exactly where you're supposed to be. Apparently, right? Isn't that what everyone says? Just what the moment called for. Isn't that what you always say? Right? You're like, oh, Stephen, what are you talking about, man? Come on, I'm not in a good place right now. What do you mean I'm supposed to be here? Well, we get lessons, we get taught things in life, and we can choose whether to learn from them or we can choose to not learn from them and rinse and repeat the same exact problems we've had before. So when I say you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now, that's why. So where you find yourself is where you're supposed to be. And that's just the way it is. And the sooner that we accept that, the sooner that we understand that everything on the outside is an illusion anyway, and that everything on the inside is where it's all at, and that the outside is a total interpretation of how we see things from the inside. So the way you see me is different than I see myself. The way I see you is different than you see yourself. Hey, David, how you doing, brother? Hey, Daniel, all right. And that's a question we want to ask ourselves, like, what's the purpose of why I'm repeating myself? Why am I repeating my mistakes? Why am I repeating the things that frustrate me? Why is it that this always happens to me? Well, first of all, it's that internal dialogue, right? Why does this always happen to me? Well, you're manifesting it, right? Or what do you want to call that? Yesterday, I was talking to someone, Cher, from Canada, and she was talking about her situation and things and why she's doing this and why she's doing that. She doesn't feel right and she doesn't think she should be doing it. And I said, well, you're doing it because you're supposed to be doing it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing it. It's literally that simple. Number one. Number two is that even, hey, what's up, brother? Dominic, how you doing, man? All right. Facebook user. Hey, man. Hello, Mr. Tim. How you doing? So if you look at it that way, like, okay, everything is happening, it's supposed to be happening, or it wouldn't be happening, right? I mean, and you put yourself in that situation, or you've allowed that situation to approach you, or it's happened to you, and you've allowed yourself to react in a certain way in order to make it deeper, right? Yes, this place where it's supposed to be, of course, we let ourselves here. Exactly. So one of the things we were talking about yesterday with Cher was that no matter what's happening, no matter how bad the world says it is, there's always a silver lining. There's always potential in every single situation, good or bad. And you're probably asking yourself, well, man, come on. I had a car accident and I almost died. Okay, that's horrible. But what was the outcome of that, for instance? Did you suddenly have clarity? You suddenly said, oh, man, I better get my ass moving and get something done. Did you have an epiphany, come to God moment? See what I'm saying? There's always a potential in every situation that's good. There's always a good potential. Positive potential in every single situation. Finding it when this up here is being drawn to the outside, to this illusion world that's being created for us, it's difficult. That's why we always talk about you gotta stay on the inside. This is where the truth lies. This is the only real truth, is the truth that you know about yourself, the certainty that you have about yourself, about the deploying of your specific talents. And anything else is BS. You're trying to be somebody else. You're trying to deliver something that's not yours. You're trying to be this way because that's what people expect you to be. Oh, cool. That's strange, Jared. I don't know why. And so there's so many people out there that when I talk to them, they're good people. They're pushing hard, but they're not getting anywhere. That's because they're not their authentic self. And I know that sounds so cheesy. But that doesn't mean screw everybody. I want to be who I am, and that's it. I don't care what you think about me. I'm just going to be me. I'm not talking about that. It's the positive, the vibration, the frequency that you got to hit, right? Elevate yourself up. And when you elevate yourself, like if I'm negative, if I'm busting my ass and I'm negative, I'm going to attract negative people. It's just the way it is. It's my frequency. So how are you going to get ahead when you're surrounded by negative people? Yeah, good luck with that. People can spot inauthentic people immediately. Well, most people can, yeah. Unfortunately, in this moment in time, John, I would think that half the world can't, because I see every day, if I look at the TV or the news, I see slews and slews and slews of inauthentic people, whether it's newscasters or politicians, whatever. Either that, or they're authentically crooked, or they're authentically lying. You know what I'm saying? So hey, Hassana, and hey, Richard, how you doing? So when you look at your world, that's the world that you see according to your inside. So it's interpreted interpreted from how you are aligned with yourself, if you will, right? Most people can't flesh out the BS. Well, it's because they don't want to, right? It's too much work. Look, man, being conscious is a mother trucker. Being conscious all the time is a mother trucker. And that doesn't mean you got to be like, control everything. What it means is being conscious of what's happening to you, how you're feeling, what's going on. All these kind of, all these kind of different things that are these innuendos that are happening in your life, right? That's what I mean by conscious, because I saw a statistic that 95% of your entire life is dictated by your subconscious. So when you realize that you're only conscious, you got to let go so you can be back in the subconscious, right? Hey, Ginger, how you doing? Follow your heart, no money. Yeah, once your eyes open, you can't close it again. That's for damn sure. And so in the end, you're where you are because that's where you're supposed to be. And if you don't want to be there anymore, there's a few things you can do to get out. And that is raise your vibration. Stop buying into the BS. Don't go down those roads that are going to lead you down to frustration. Don't watch the news. Don't watch all of the BS out there. Don't believe the hype, right? Believe what you know. Believe what you see. Believe what you can consciously understand. Believe what you have researched. Believe what you have experienced. I mean, I know people that have experienced something and they're told, no, you didn't experience that. That can't be. Oh, okay. I guess I didn't. What? I agree, Stephen. Consciousness takes real work. Most people, yeah, tell me about it, John. It's constant work. I mean, meditation isn't just falling asleep, that's work, right? You get into a groove, of course, and it's wonderful and it's beautiful. But being aware of how, let's say, for instance, I go out, right? I'm sitting with my wife and my kids. What's my body language to my wife, right? How could she perceive that? Or how my kids feeling my energy? Are they feeling my energy? These are all the things that I'm talking about. Like how am I interacting in the world around me? How am I treating all those around me? How am I treating strangers and dogs and animals or whatever? How am I doing that? And that's what I mean. It's just milliseconds of consciousness, right? That keep us aligned. Yep. Use a rectangular abacus for your advantage. Right. And so once you realize that it's all within your power, that where you are right now is where you're supposed to be because you put yourself there or allowed yourself to be there or allowed yourself to be attracted there. There you go, Ginger. Breathe in the good shit. Exhale. I like that. Exhale the bullshit. I love it. So when you realize that's where you are, thanks, brother. Appreciate it, bro. Speak to you soon, John. Once you realize that, wait a second, everything that's happening is 95% dictated from my subconscious. And it doesn't have to be real if I don't want it to be real. I'm driving myself crazy trying to fight something that I don't know what it is. I'm trying to fight an enemy, a feeling, a frustration, relationships, whatever it is, trying to fight that. You don't even know why. It just doesn't feel right, right? Well, listen to your intuition. I truly believe that there's a good, positive silver lining in every situation. And I sort of bank on that, perception is reality. Yeah, exactly. Perception is your reality. Exactly. You perceive me differently than I perceive you, or we perceive, I don't know, John different than you perceive him different than I perceive him. Of course, it's our reality. Perception is the only truth. Hey, Liam, perception is your only real truth. Right. And I've said that. I made posts about that 4 years ago. And so I'm still integrating from my Bufo experience in Mexico. Bufo was 5-MeO and DMT. So freaking profound. Lane and I just talked for an hour. It's probably the slowest conversation we've ever had. But it was good. It was deep. It was, I don't know if it's deep, but it was very articulate. And I think it's something to be said for taking time off for yourself and actually planning time off for yourself. And even if you think you can't afford it, you can't do it, plan ahead, book it, pay for it, and then you have to go, right? Don't ever sell yourself short. It's, so many epiphanies that we've had when we were in Peru or Mexico or, in America or wherever we were when we were off, just taking care of ourselves and enjoying a quality of life, things go well afterwards. And, if you're a believer in letting go like I am, that if you're worried about the money, it's always in that moment. Once you get past that moment, you're not worried about it anymore, and you start activating your money-making machine. So if you want to go on vacation in October, right? You got August, September, October. You got 3 months. Book that puppy now. Pay for it right now, and then by October you'll have the money, right? Man, do it. Get out. Relax. Chill. Don't let this stuff, don't let this stuff drive you crazy. Value and impact drives revenue. Exactly. Focus on the intention, folks. What's your intention? What's your intention for your situation? What's your intention for your abundance? What's your intention for quality of life? What's your intention for your relationship? These are the things that make the change. It's not saying I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to start doing that. That doesn't facilitate change. That's pure discipline. And discipline, as we know, is only a short-term fix. Unless you create habits around that discipline and then create routines around those habits, you're stuck. Yeah, you're stuck. And I hate to say it, most people are stuck. Even if they don't know it, most people are stuck. They're not constantly growing, constantly expanding their consciousness, looking at the collective consciousness and seeing where they fit in and where they don't fit in, where they want to stay from, where they don't want to stay from. All these different things. That's okay. You don't have to be that. It's about being happy, embracing happiness, embracing joy, and waking up every day and just going, shit, man, I'm feeling pretty damn good. Shit's going to be good. Even if it's not according to the reality that we're supposed to be living in. I mean, it's like death, right? Some societies see death as a total blessing. Like, wow, finally, they get to go to the next level. Amazing. Big shrines are made. How do we see death in the West? Oh my God, I'm going to die, right? I don't want to die, right? You see the difference? So it's all about how we were bred into this world, I guess you could say. All right, man, you know what? You are where you are because that's how you're supposed to be there. And apparently you already know that. So if you don't like where you are, make a change. And making that change is by focusing on the intention, not only the outcome. I say not at all the outcome. Sure, you set your goal and then let it go. How are you going to get there? Who knows? And you know what? Who cares? It's about the intention, being certain of that intention, taking imperfect action, moving forward and creating as you go. And that, my friends, that will indeed give you more quality life. See you tomorrow.